guys, we are going to do a little lesson and then a game today. So what we want to talk about today is that living a perfect life isn't easy. In fact, it's really not even possible. We are never going to achieve perfection, but we're never going to be able, we're not expected to go through every day without making any mistakes. They're just part of life. But we can skillfully avoid a whole lot of sin just by listening to God's guidance and making efforts towards that. So whenever we had a lesson previously, Mr. Todd talked about sin and how it's really an archery term that basically means to miss the mark. And so sin is willfully going against what we know to be correct. So like breaking one of the 10 commandments, for instance, would be considered a sin. And so an example of a sin would be, let's say that Izzy brings this really awesome water bottle to Wednesday night, and it lights up and it's just super cool. It's got a little strap on it. And so you think that you really like that a lot. So you ask your parents if you can have a light up water bottle like Izzy has. And they're like, no, I don't think so. That's not something that you really need. But you want it so bad. And so next week, whenever you come back, Izzy's got her water bottle again. It's in her backpack. And you decide you're going to get it from her backpack while she is up helping Mr. Todd with the craft. And you're going to hide it in your backpack and take that home. Well, that is a sin because that is stealing, and you did it on purpose. And but mistakes are a totally different thing. Let's say that you have told Bella that you're going to meet her on Saturday morning and you guys are going to practice cheerleading together because that's an awesome way to spend a Saturday morning. And you've told Bella, yes, I'm going to be there. And then you set your alarm for 7 o'clock so that you can get there on time. And then at 7:45, the smell of Pop-Tarts cooking in the toaster wakes you up. And you're like, oh my goodness, it is 7:45. What have I done? And so you and your mom try to figure it out, and it ends up that you have set your alarm for 7 o'clock p.m. instead of 7 o'clock a.m. So you did not keep your word to meet Bella at her house to practice cheerleading. But you didn't do it on purpose. That was a mistake. You had good intentions, but you just messed up. So we're never going to live our life without mistakes. That does not mean that we shouldn't try. Like, Mr. Todd is really good at things like athletic things. He's really fast. He runs really fast, and he can play things really good. I tend to really not try to do athletic things because I'm really not good at it, and I know that I'm going to mess up, so I really don't even try. So it ends up that Mr. Todd has a lot more fun than me because I don't even want to try to do stuff like that. So, but mistakes are the way that we learn. And as long as you learn from it, you're still doing good. You're going in the right direction. But we want to try to avoid sin. And, you know, we're going to have to pray about that. We're going to have to rely on our parents and our friends to help us do that. But we are still, even when we're trying, we're going to mess up sometimes. So try to not be too hard on yourself and not beat yourself up too much whenever you mess up. But we want to repent. We want to turn the opposite way. We want to ask God for forgiveness whenever we sin. So to illustrate our point, we're going to play a game. So this is a very, very complicated game with a lot of technical things, like 5 paper wads and the pot that I make chili in. So you can use a small little waste basket or whatever. I've got that. I've got it up next to the wall, which I'm going to use as my backboard. So I am going to set a timer for a minute, or I'm going to have somebody keeping time for me. And you use the wall as your backboard, and you try to see how many you can make in your pot in 1 minute. Again, athletics is not my thing. I made one. So I'd have to pick them up, I'd go back to my starting line and do it again. So what if, I know that that's where my backboard is and I know where that is, but I just start throwing my paper wads like this. That's the same as sin. I know what the guidance is. I know what God has told me to do, but I'm purposefully going completely the opposite way and doing the wrong thing anyway. So I have to repent, which in military terms means turn around, go the opposite direction. So I have to repent. I have to tell God that I'm sorry and go back. Oh, I made it. Oh, wanted to do that. So another game that you can play is, this one also has to do with aiming. I have 3 paper plates on the floor that have numbers 1, 2, and 3 on them. And then I have other paper plates. So there's 3 plates there, 5 plates here, so you just need 8 paper plates. These happen to be styrofoam, which makes them very light. So I can't throw them very far. If you also have styrofoam plates, something that you can do is like tape a penny or a quarter to the center of them. It'll make them a little bit heavier. And I decorated mine because, you know, I can't help it. So you can decorate your plates if you want. So you stand back and you see how many, you throw them at your numbers. Oh yes. If it touches the number at all, that's how many points you get. So I got a 1, a 2, and a 3, so 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 points in that game. And you can play against somebody else, or you could play and just see how many points you can get in 1 minute. So after you get used to kind of the weight of your plates, you'll be able to make a higher score. So we hope that you guys have some fun with your games this week, and we'll see you again soon. We love you. Bye.